It's called lube or a landmine. Michelle wanted me to get her some tampons. I'm not supposed to go to the store for anybody. Those are the rules. But like all rules, there are exceptions. And the dancer at work gets her period. You get the picture. I stood in the dressing room and was told a hurried list of things that she needed. I just laughed and told her to pretend that I'm a man and don't know what the hell she's talking about. She scribbled all of her requirements on the back of a dancer questionnaire and shoved it in my direction. She didn't need a lot, but it was a list of things I wouldn't normally purchase. Lipstick, red, spray-on tan, medium dark, cigarettes, Parliament Lights, baby wipes, and the blue package. This part she took extra time to explain that if I got wipes in the yellow box, I'd have to go back. And of course, tampons. All this written in blue-green eyeliner, the chicken scratch of a 5-year-old. She pushes $30 into my face. It should only cost about 20 bucks, she said, but just in case, she smiled. I went out through the door on Polk Street. Normally I'd just go through the front doors and go to the store across the street, but for this one I'd have to go the opposite way and a few blocks further to the big chain store pharmacy. That was fine with me. Any amount of time that I paid to spend out of the theater is extra, kind of like a field trip when I was in school or like a national holiday. I take my time on these trips. I try to enjoy my brief, unexpected reprieve from my responsibilities. I enjoy the sunshine on my face, the breeze in the streets. I say hello to all the bums and pigeons that I pass on the sidewalk and so on, noodling along until I reach my destination. I take my time in the store too. The line could be a mile long and I'd never notice. I just wait patiently and try to fit in with the other patrons, hoping not to draw suspicion from the security guard at the front door. I smile and giggle to myself about the horde of strange products in my arms. When I finally reach the register, I'm a bit let down. The old lady cashier doesn't even flinch at my purchases. I wonder if she knows who it's for. And then I wonder if she thinks I'm just a transsexual, and I watch her bag up the products. She hands me the change, and sorry, I'm gonna go to this part. And receipt, and I wad them up and keep them in a tight ball in my pocket. I make the street after the security guard gets the okay from the floor manager and allows me to exit the franchise pharmacy. Ah, the TL, I whisper. I shielded my eyes from the brightness of the midday sun, then I walk a couple of blocks back to the club, the same leisurely pace as before, close to all the pigeons and bums, the breeze in the streets, the sun, and so on. I plug my ears with 3 fingers when an ambulance gets too close and loud to bear. Then, as if it were an all too bright, loud, and realistic urine-smelling soaked dream, it's over. I return to the theater, back to the dark, muted den of inequities. I made a round through the building looking for Michelle. That's impossible, I mumbled. She was still seated where I left her, in the same high-back chair in the dressing room. She was applying liberal amounts of the aforementioned green-blue eyeliner and smoking a joint no larger than my middle finger. Oh, she says. That was quick. I kept my comments on the matter to a minimum. I hold up the bag and make a look of exaggerated confusion in the mirror over her shoulder until she notices. Just put it over there, she says, and points the joint at the counter next to her. She doesn't hesitate a nanosecond before asking, was there any change? I smiled and dug into my pocket for the ball of currency, then handed it to her and tried to seem casual as I waited for a tip. She paid me no mind, but still shoved the joint in my face. Smoke up, gorgeous. Why not? I took a huge drag and immediately held my breath as the boss walked past the dressing room door. Oops, I thought. He was going toward the DJ booth and didn't care about what I was up to. Michelle took a wad and then folded it, $11 and some coin in her hands. She looked at me flatly and said thanks as she pointed at her snapping fingers to signal that she wanted her joint back. I'll have to tip you later, she said. I've got food coming and I need this. It would be melodramatic if I said that my heart sank at that moment. That's just how it goes. I get up and go to work every day just like you. This isn't a crusade, it's just a job. Bullshit. Outwardly, I was trying to convey the opposite, so I nodded as if to say I understood and believed her every word. Then I walked away, feeling my stomach begin to burn from hunger. I knew there would be no tip. I went downstairs trying hard not to be outwardly bitter about getting the shaft. I was talking to myself, saying, hey man, at least you got high and out of the building for a half an hour. I was thinking about Iraq, trying to make myself feel better. I thought about being in Afghanistan. I thought about foxholes and body armor, the smell of gunpowder, and the tortured screams of my dying friends. This sort of thing relaxes me. Knowing things aren't that bad at all, but they could be. Sorry, I should do more of this. I know that I'm a snotty little shit. You may beat me accordingly when we meet for the previously mentioned sins, but things could be worse. I see us running into the ground on the good ship America, and very soon. People are already talking about an oncoming recession. I can see the first ripples already. It's going to be a fun ride. American flags draped over coffins will not be shown on television. That's not going to make a dollar for anybody. Not to mention the countless casualties of the other wars we continually contribute to the demise of daily. Fuck! I snap on a pair of rubber gloves as I head into the back. I know I'm nothing. I mouth the words to my reflection as it gets darker and worse all around me. 50 Cent is calling out for his folks to do something, and for a second the pain and annoyance of the routine fade into the peripheral. Here I am, happy to step on used rubbers instead of landmines, glad to have terrible hip-hop instead of the heavy world-rattling thud of artillery shells detonating all around me. I walk out of one of the rooms and past the office. I must look funny to the others, so chipper with some stranger's cum on my hands.